So what's up, YouTube? This is Robert bringing you Raw Rundown for March the 29th, 2010. It was right off WrestleMania, great WrestleMania. I did miss it. I saw a few clips of it from watching it on YouTube. However, did get to see the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels match completely from YouTube. Just look it up, you'll be able to find it. I think that was a great match, and sadly, Shawn Michaels did lose. Now, I do know who all won and everything, but I'm not gonna tell you now because I'll be getting completely confused. But Raw Rundown, let's gonna get into it. So, Batista and John Cena did that little talk thing, and Batista said he's gonna challenge him next month for the title. I'm guessing at Extreme Rules. So I guess it's gonna be Batista and John Cena at Extreme Rules for the championship. And then at that moment, Batista had attacked John Cena. And they were fighting each other in the ring. And then Batista left the ring. And then out of nowhere, Jack Swagger comes in with Money in the Bank, which he did win the Money in the Bank, and attacked John Cena. And John Cena was down. And then he decided he wanted to cash it in. But John Cena got back up, and so Jack Swagger canceled the match before the bell was even rung. Let's see what else we got here. So Triple H was talking about the whole Shawn Michaels thing, how Shawn Michaels lost, so he has to leave WWE. He was talking about how he started out with how DX started and all that kind of stuff, and how great of a run DX had, and I do agree with that. DX was one of the greatest wrestling teams of all time. And he was going to tell us something that he'd been meaning to tell Shawn forever, but Sheamus interrupts that moment and kind of breaks up the moment there, yeah. So Sheamus caused us to hear what he wanted to tell him, but whatever. Bret Hart came out talking about HBK, how great of a superstar he was. Most of the stuff, side note stuff, is how Russ was talking about Bret Hart, and Bret Hart actually mentioned the whole Montreal, Quebec kind of thing where they had that little feud for a few years, and then how he came back and they got over it and all that kind of stuff. And then out of nowhere, Miz interrupts, and the Miz was like, "Hey, well, you and had help from the Hart Dynasty being Mr. McMahon and all that kind of stuff. You shouldn't be out here talking about your victory last night and all that kind of stuff." And Bret Hart beat Mr. McMahon, by the way. Show Miz was actually getting ready to attack Bret Hart, and then the Hart Dynasty comes out and interrupts that. And so they had the match, Show Miz versus Hart Dynasty. I'll give you the results after I finish this whole side note stuff. I only got a little bit more, and this is the final thing right here. Actually, HBK came out, actually got ready to start talking and give his farewell speech or whatever. And then the Undertaker comes out. I thought it was going to be a whole big scene. Actually, in my opinion, I did. But all Undertaker really did was tip his hat to him and left the stadium. And then Bret Hart was talking about how his career started and how grateful he is that he would let the WWE Universe into his homes every week watching the show. And then the final words he told his kids that Daddy's coming home, and he told his wife and all that kind of stuff. Now, y'all might disagree with me, but I just feel like this is so predictable, and I think it's actually going to happen this way. I think HBK is going to do like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair and Mick Foley and Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy and Mr. Kennedy and a few more superstars, Rhino, and a few more superstars I can't think of right now. I think he's actually going to go over to TNA, but that's not no big deal to me. But if you think he's actually going to go over to TNA, drop a comment or send me a message, and I'll talk about that in another video, maybe. What I think about the whole, because I want to do a rant on that, how I think about Superstar going from WWE to TNA and TNA to WWE. I'm going to talk about that. But that's all for side note stuff and me rambling on, being very stupid. So the first match they actually did have of the night was a Legends lumberjack match. Where a few legends that was in that was lumberjacks was Sergeant Slaughter, Jerry the King Lawler, Ricky Steamboat, Art Anderson, IRS, Ted DiBiase Sr., Roddy Piper, Pat Patterson, and there was a few more guys. I think about 3 more guys. I can't remember their name. But it was Christian versus DiBiase, and the Lumberjacks actually did get involved a little bit. And after distraction, DiBiase got distracted, and Christian gave him a kill switch, and he did beat him. Next match was a WrestleMania rematch. Kelly, Gail Kim, Eve Torres, Beth Phoenix, and Mickie James versus Maurice, Michelle McCool, Alicia Fox, Layla, and Vicky Guerrero. Now, at WrestleMania, Maurice and Michelle McCool, Alicia Fox, Layla, and Vicky Guerrero did win off the frost splash from Vicky, which was, I think, is crazy. But tonight was a really big difference. Eve Torres pinned the Divas champion within like 3 seconds of the match. I just see the whole Eve Torres versus Maurice coming up soon. Really soon. Next match was the Hart Dynasty versus Shawn Micheals. I was talking about a little bit about that earlier. So the match was pretty good, but the way the match actually ended was in a count out because Big Show was like, we don't need to really fight them right now, but Miz wanted to get in the ring, and they did, and then so he got the sharpshooter applied. Big Show pulls him out of the ring from the sharpshooter. He did not tap out, but he pulls him out of the ring, and then so they leave the arena. And they Hard Dynasty won by count out, if I didn't say that. The next match was announced. It was Swagger and Batista versus John Cena and a partner of his choosing. Now, this whole night was focused around Shawn Michaels, so when they announced this, I thought it was going to be John Cena and Shawn Michaels. But in a very shocking turn of events, it was John Cena and Randy Orton, one of Batista's biggest rivals now, big rivals because of the whole Evolution and Randy Orton getting kicked out of Evolution. And tell me what you guys think about Randy Orton going face now. Leave a comment about that. But in that match, it was John Cena and Randy Orton. Thanks to Randy Orton, RK, and Batista, and Jack Swagger. It was crazy. I was all over the room when he did that. I'm very big Randy Orton fan, as most of you guys know. But that's my Raw rundown, and sorry I didn't do the whole HBK, thanks for all this kind of stuff as other people been doing in their YouTube video, but I'm not really just, I thank Shawn Michaels for doing all he's done for the WWE, but not a really big Shawn Michaels fan. So that's all for the Raw rundown for March 29th. So I will see you next time for Friday Night SmackDown Smackback, which will be up Saturday morning. And so this is Robert signing out. Peace.